Hi Pisces, welcome to your month ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. If you're not on my mailing list, then you're not getting that general monthly overview email that gives you all of that good insight. And also, for those of you that have asked, you can donate to the channel on the PayPal link in the description box below. With that said, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's have a look, see what the cards have in store for you. So your actions and interactions with the world at large this month, Pisces. All right. You got the Queen of Pentacles, right? So you are all about whoever is going to increase the yield, right? So for some of you, this could be about a partner. For some of you, this could be about a business partner. For some of you, it could be about a colleague or even a family member, right? Your actions and interactions with the world at large is what you do. The Queen of Pentacles is an earth sign female, a Taurus, Capricorn, or a Virgo, right? Now, as an action, right, as what she represents you doing, this month you are trying to get the most out of what you have and you're trying to take things as far as you possibly can. Now, because we've got Mercury retrograde going on, you are doing this all kind of, it's almost like you're building up to something. So you're not launching this month, but you're doing all the prep work for it. At least that's the best way to use that kind of energy. And the fact that you've got the Queen of Pentacles, you're saying to yourself, right, how big can I take this? What is it going to take for me to get from A to B? What are the steps or the structures that I need to put in place in order to make that happen? The thing about the Queen of Pentacles is she's about getting the most out of what you have. Right? So as an example, she can take a tenner and turn it into 100 quid. She can take 100 quid and turn it into 1,000. She's all about increasing what you can get out of what you have, right? And which is a beautiful way to start the month. It's also a beautiful way to approach things. So do your networking, reach out to people, maybe brush up your CV, maybe I don't know, look into any qualifications that are going to get you that much closer to what it is that you want to see or what it is that you want to create in your life. That's a really good way to use this energy. Sorry, just a second. Anywho, just try and alleviate some of the noise. I apologise. Right, so your money and materials this month. Yeah. All right, you've got the Two of Pentacles. So you are making grounded, practical decisions. You are all about the graft this month, Pisces, right? You're doing the work. You are making the right decisions. You're making the right connections as well, right? The Two of Pentacles does see you shifting things around so that you can make the... it sees you shifting things around so that you can create the optimal circumstances for what it is that you want to build. Money will be steady this month. It doesn't go down, but it doesn't go up, right? So you're just steady. You're breaking even, I think the term is. And that Two of Pentacles next to the Queen of Pentacles, you're creating the optimal... I'm sorry, it's a bit gross well, not gross, but you know what I mean. It's a bit graphic, but you know, like when a woman is ovulating, that's the optimal conditions for procreation, right? For creating a baby. This month, this is what you're doing with your life, with your work, and with your finances. You're creating the optimal conditions. That's the word I was looking for. You're creating the optimal. Come on. Optimal conditions to create what it is that you want in your life. Yeah. So let's have a look, see at your communications with the world at large. And this month you get the Six of Cups, right? You're going back to the way that things were. And this is interesting. For some of you, it's almost like maybe 2, possibly 3 years ago, things were in a really good place for you. They were fairly rosy. I mean, I envy you that, because 2016 was a bitch. Right, it's almost going back to sort of like 2 years ago, or to a time in your life when things were a lot more settled, when things were on an even keel. And it's almost like you're seeing your life shape up for that time again. So you're saying to yourself, yeah, I remember that year, it was really good, and these are the things that were happening. It's almost like through communication, through talking to someone. It could be a partner, it could be friends, a gathering of friends, people from your childhood, or people that you know, friends that you haven't seen for a long time. It could be those sort of people, and through talking to them, it's going to spark ideas for you, but more importantly, it's going to create that feeling within you, right? Because when you realign with a feeling, so as an example, to show you what I'm envisioning, right? When somebody gives you a memory, you go into that memory and you start to remember how it made you feel. If at that time you were really abundant, life was good, you know, money was good, relationship was good, whatever, all of your life paths, you know, the parts of your life were good at that time. When you reconnect to that feeling, you start to broadcast that feeling out. When you broadcast that feeling out, the universe can do nothing but respond, right? So by getting back in touch with a time in your life when things were really good, you are going to draw that back into your life, but it's activated through your past, through talking to people from your past, or talking about your past. So communications looks good this month. If you find yourself having, and everybody's doing it for some reason, in some way, shape or form, for every single sign, the past is showing up this week, this month. It might be something to do with the retrogrades, I don't know. Retrogrades, those as well, eclipses, fucking zen. I'm struggling today, man. I've actually nearly lost my voice in the Aquarius reading, and that was a really scary period for me this year. It's never happened to me before, so I'm kind of a bit all over the tizzy at the moment. But yeah, this is a powerful reading for you guys. It's actually I'm going to name this video The Reset, because that's exactly what it feels like for me. It's almost like you're resetting yourself this month, so that you're ready to push the go switch, or the on switch, or, you know, to go after the green light when August comes. Your heart and half, so your personal relationships, you've got the 8 of Swords, right? For those of you that are single, although you may be tempted to revisit the past or rekindle a relationship of some sort, no, don't do it. It's not worth the price that it will be, right? The 8 of Swords is constriction, confinement. It is being held back by something, and it suggests that it will take more from you than you will be willing to give. But the problem with the 8 of Swords, it tends to take what you'll say to yourself, actually, I'm not prepared to give that. You won't have a choice. That's the problem with the 8 of Swords. It tends to create a situation where we're like, shit, I'm stuck in this and I actually can't get out of it. Coyote Ugly springs to mind. You know, the example that she gives, like, have you ever woken up next to somebody that was such a woofer that you'd rather bite your own arm off than wake them up? Sorry, but you know me by now, guys. I just try to, to keep it lighthearted whilst delivering a message that needs to be delivered. The other part of this is, for those of you that are partnered, this actually has the opposite effect. This is really nice. You've got the 6 of Cups taking you back to moments of yesteryear, and then you've got the 8 of Swords saying that you want to be in it for the long haul. Right, there's things coming up from in your relationship where you're going, yeah, and I remember when we did this and it was fucking awesome and I had a great time with you and I want more of that. It's like you're welcoming that back in. What I have to say is, it feels like if you're in a relationship, Pisces, you are rededicating yourself. So it's kind of like you're taking the power out of the you have to, and you're choosing to do it, and therefore you're taking the power out of the situation. So it doesn't feel like you're being controlled, but you're actually making a conscious decision. So the weeks of the month. First week of the month, you got the Chariot card right underneath that Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, this says that you will definitely have a lot of success this month when it comes to building a network, when it comes to enhancing your financial life, but also when it comes to laying the foundations for what it is that you want to start to create. It really does suggest as well, Pisces, that there's something really going on here where you're getting your ego in check. And that's not to say like that you're egotistical or anything, because I don't see Pisces that way at all. But there's something this month where you're winning out over your ego. So you're kind of able to say to yourself, you know what, don't rush it. I know I can take my time because I know my success is assured. And that's one of the things as well. If you know that your success is guaranteed, you can kind of take it easy. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't stress or strain you. You can just move at a pace. Second week of the month, you've got the Sun card. Goes from good to great, right? Your finances are blessed. There is going to be a financial opportunity that arises for you this month. The only thing that I will say to you, because we do have a Mercury retrograde, be sure to get the information in writing if it's just a verbal agreement. But I mean, the Sun card is beautiful, and it does suggest that you are making all the right decisions to create those optimal conditions for you to flourish, right? This is a month of you really doing the groundwork, really prepping yourself and your life arena. Think of your life like a garden, right? And this month you're really doing the work about creating the most beautiful garden that you can, so that when everything starts to bloom next month and you start to see like, oh, you know, it's all starting to take off, you can stand back and be really proud, right? Once you've done this initial sort of setup phase, you'll be able to be a bit more hands off with it. Third week of the month, you've got the Tower card, right? So there is a big blast from the past coming for you when it comes to your communications. And it could be that somebody says something to you that just blows your consciousness wide open, and you're like, holy fuck, I completely forgot about that. You know, it could be an experience, it could be something that happened to you on a trip. It looks like something very profound as well. And the reason I say that is because the Tower always brings a startling realization. It's like a proper slap in the face of a realization. Because it falls right next to the Sun card, the Sun is illuminating that, it's shedding light on it, right? So, and because it's coming through the Six of Cups, it's something in your past. This could be something in your childhood that at the time was just an event that happened and you kind of internalized and processed it. Whereas this month, in the third week of July, you're having that realization of, holy shit, I've built an entire belief system around this one event, and I forgot that it was, that this belief system was built about that event, right? Or around it, or on top of the foundations of what it made me believe. Really, really interesting month. This is a big reset button for you guys. Really, really big reset button indeed. Finally, the fourth week of the month, you get the Hierophant. So a Taurus or a Capricorn female is going to feature for you this month in some way, shape or form. And they're giving you knowledge, they're giving you information, they are assisting you in some way, shape or form. And also they could be a big part of what sparks this movement forward. This whole thing of rededicating yourself to a partner or to a relationship, absolutely. For those of you that are single, I mean, I've got to be honest with you, no. This is not the month for you, right? If you're single, then no. If you're partnered, then definitely things look much better. I mean, the Eight of Swords and the Hierophant together, that can spell out prison. So, you know, like, the reason I say don't go backward, you don't want that at all, right? It just doesn't feel like it's right for you at all. So, for your key to the month, your overarching theme or energy is the Six of Pentacles, right? This is it, the grand balancing of the scales. This is where your karmic debts are paid off, and this will be the month where you see that, right? It's interesting. I mean, you got an interesting month, and you got like the reset button. Aquarius is about to go through the mill, so be grateful, right? And as many of you know by now, I'm an Aquarius, so I'm like, oh, here we go. But yeah, this is a great month. This is a balancing of the books, a resetting of the scales. That's the second six that you have there as well. So you've got two sixes. Sixes are about responsibility. They are about growth. They are about movement. But when I say movement, it's not like travel or something like that. It's about movement within the arena that you're already in. And it's about responsibility. It's about growth. It's about abundance. And it's about bringing something into actuality, but tending to it. So it's almost like that, you know, creating the optimal conditions. It really does feel like that for me this month. Have an amazing month. Let me know how it shapes up for you in the comments. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Take care, and I'll see you soon.